goodness. I'm Anita Ross. I'm the organizer of this rally, the Women Stand Up for Equality rally. Thank you. See, my husband's here for a reason. I love it. All right, so I promise you that we're going to get back to action items and action steps that we can take today. But first, I want to continue to inspire you and take you to the next level. And I got to introduce you to the Senior Minister of the Center for Spiritual Awareness. But also, she is someone I've nicknamed the Truth. She is impeccable with her word, and she's impeccable with her stand for love. Please welcome Reverend Dr. Georgia Prescott.
Well, thank you all for being here. I'm so glad we're here together because we need one another to survive this transition from a Barack Hussein Obama presidency earmarked by wisdom and compassion and courage to a Donald Trump presidency, which at this early state at least appears to be earmarked by crotch grabbing and the pursuit of deals to fill the pockets of the military-industrial complex. But surviving isn't enough. We need one another. We need all of us who are here today, and we need those people who are our friends who couldn't make it out today because it's cold or because it's Christmas or because they had something else to do. We need everybody here to be with us because we don't want to just survive. It's time for us to thrive.
Right. Yes.
Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King says that only love can drive out hate, and I believe that. I believe Van Jones when he says we can marshal a love army that will override the promise of limitation that is represented by Mr. Trump's appointments of billionaires to positions of power. But know this, love is a verb.
Yes.
Love is action.
Peace is a verb.
We must walk the talk of love, simply not retreat into the loving words applied to the injustices which are apparently at least on the horizon. Someone with a bias of draining money from public schools to give charter schools is the head of Department of Education. Someone who doesn't believe in climate change is being looked at as the head of EPA. And someone who wants to deregulate the workplace standards is head of the Department of Justice. So how can we spread love in this climate of limitation? By paying attention. By paying attention to what's going on and making our voices heard. By writing to legislators, by taking part in future rallies like this, by signing petitions, by joining groups that are asking their city fathers to become sanctuary cities, and not only asking them to make our cities sanctuary cities, but making sure they're actually doing that once they sign that pledge.
Yes.
And to do that, we're going to have to get out of our comfort zone, you and I, and learn about each other. Because love is a verb. It's an action. Christians and Jews and Muslims, we need to learn about each other. We need to take the step to walk up to somebody and ask how they're doing in this fear of climate. Take the chance. Walk up to somebody with a hijab and ask them at the water cooler at work, how are you doing in this climate of fear? Look for a gay person, look for a transgender person, and walk up to them and ask them, how are you doing in this climate of fear? We have to get to know each other better. Straight people, gay people, get to know each other about your lives. Everybody here today, go home today and Google the 7 biggest challenges facing immigrants in the United States today. And you're going to be surprised at how much you can do with very little effort. In the same way that I had to hit bottom with my alcoholism before I was willing to get help and have a life beyond my wildest dreams, in the same way that Anita Bryant was one of the greatest things that ever happened to the gay liberation movement because she brought to the surface some very hideous homophobia, Donald Trump may be one of the greatest things that ever happens to one of the greatest countries in the world, these United States.
That's right.
But it'll only be good if we take advantage of it. If stop and frisks returns to our police forces, we will need to take our love army to the street.
Yes.
If women are forced back into back alley abortions, we will need to take our love army to the streets.
Yes.
If gay marriages are revoked, we will have to take our love army to the streets.
Yes.
If Muslim registries actually happen, my sisters, we will all need to wear the hijab.
Yes.
I ask for us to look at the election of Donald Trump as perhaps a blessing in disguise, so that hitting bottom can wake people up. Racism, homophobia, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism were alive and well before Donald Trump. But for many of us who are privileged, many who are white and straight and Christian, many who are not of these targeted groups, the resistance, we have left the resistance to others. Love is a verb, and we cannot let each other stand alone. For as the great pastor Martin Niemöller once said, first they came for the socialists and I did not speak out because I wasn't a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists and I didn't speak up because I was not a trade unionist. They came for the Jews and I did not speak up because I wasn't a Jew. And when they came for me, there was nobody left. I will not let Donald Trump turn me into a hater. I value my marriage to Donna and have no interest in losing over the 1,200 benefits afforded to those who are legally married as opposed to those of us who had to endure civil unions. But make no mistake, if marriage equality is overturned, it will not define our love. I was with Anita and Reverend Kevin when the results were in. I was at their home when we found out that Donald Trump was actually going to be the president-elect. And I was surrounded by their love. You and I have to surround each other with our love. Our job is to take care of one another. Because as Hillary said, we are stronger together. God bless you.
Thank you.